Hey everyone, this is Jen. You're watching BPD Woman. On this channel, you will learn how to live more effectively with your borderline personality disorder. It's my goal to impart my wisdom, experience, knowledge, and research, along with true and tried DBT skills developed by Marsha Linehan that were designed for the treatment of borderline personality disorder, to help you become more effective and help you understand your emotions, better manage them, regulate your behaviors, and change your maladaptive BPD thinking so that you can enjoy a more effective life and achieve the goals, whether they are in love, relationships, money, stability, you name it. I am not a therapist, a life coach, but I am someone who can answer the following question, which is, what is it like to live with borderline personality disorder? I was diagnosed over 20 years ago and have spent the last 20 years dedicated with my literal blood, sweat, tears, money, time to committing to recovering from my BPD. So if that sounds good to you, please hit subscribe and the bell below so you never miss a beat. I produce anywhere from 3 to 5 videos each week, and I would love you to check them out. Today, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I normally produce videos that are on a specific topic, solution-based, and I will talk about my experience with those topics. So they're kind of like a problem and answer type of format. And today's video, and I've done one of those today, I'm uploading one of those videos today. And I'm sharing another video today. I guess you can consider this a BPD emotional vlog. And I want to share it with you because, for one, it's going to help me to share it. And two, I'm hoping that it will help you as well. So today I'm having, this evening particularly, I am feeling a lot of shame and anxiety. And I want to discuss how that came to be, how it's making me feel, what it's making me say to myself. And I'm going to identify some tools here in real time that I think can help me throughout the rest of today, as well as hopefully give you some ideas for the next time you are having a shame cycle, what I like to call it. Now, many times in my videos, I've talked about the emotional roller coaster. I've talked about the worry wheel. You could name it whatever you like, but essentially the worry wheel or emotional roller coaster is a confounding of emotions that we just keep layering on each other that contribute to us feeling worse about ourselves. It leads to more catastrophizing, more anxiety. It's a spiral of sorts. Now, I'm particularly very much stressed about money. That is the underlying theme here for me today. And I know from my own personal experience that these times of the year, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, they can be pretty triggering times. And if you haven't checked out some of the videos that I've already put up on feeling more dysregulated at the holidays, how to spend your holidays untraditionally, 10 tips for managing them, I'll put up some links. But I know from my own past experience that I do tend to feel a little bit more heightened. And I know I'm also, sorry for the TMI, PMSing. So that's another thing that I need to consider, because those types of things do play into your emotional dysregulation. Halts, right? Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, and then S I put for stressed and sick. I made that one up on my own. So when I'm sure you've heard HALTs in your therapy, but HALT stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired, stressed, or sick. I created those last two. So those are good things to tap into when you are beginning to feel more dysregulated, and I think they're useful for anyone, even those without BPD. So I have shared a few stories about some of my clients, and I shared one, and you can check out the video. I'll post a link up top that I posted. And she and I had a pretty dysregulating interaction. And I think the video was called "Why Am I Friends with People I Don't Like?" And I put up some screenshots, and she was a client for about 2 years. She wanted to develop that into a personal relationship. Anyway, I held that off for a long time. Just something didn't feel right about it, right? I second guessed myself. The flip-flop game. And so we became friends, and then it didn't work out. And she took it really, really bad. Immature is what I would say. And she was a pretty steady client, so she was bringing in, I was, making about $120 a week from her, so substantial amount. And she sent me a text this past Saturday, as I send my invoices out every Sunday, that basically said, yeah, just so you know, I won't be renewing dog walking, so thanks, right? Now, she hadn't liked any of my report cards or sent me any feedback the previous week. So, on a previous Sunday, we had this falling out. She was on my calendar already. She was already paid up for the following week. So I was planning on doing those visits anyway. For me, I can keep things professional and personal pretty separate. And so I delivered the report cards in the service as I would normally. She didn't really reply. I had a feeling in the back of my mind that this is probably going to be the last week I'm going to see these dogs. She's pissed off. And sure enough, that's what happened on Sunday. So Saturday, the evening before Sunday, when I issue the invoices, she's like, I will not be renewing. And I said, no problem. I figured, we had a personal falling out and you decided to use it professionally against me. And she got really snarky. And so then I got a little bit snarky. Well, maybe not snarky, but I told her, I was like, just so you know, I've reported this situation to the county because she's a hoarding situation and her animals are borderline being neglected. So I have a second job to fall back on, but it's not always guaranteed money. So already for the month of December, I am falling behind and I'm tapping in. I'm not going to have enough money for certain things that I need to have. And so I know in the back of my mind, the money will work itself out, that, I'll find a way, that I'm feeling a little bit too emotionally regulated to think very logically. My emotion's pretty high. I'm PMSing. I'm not feeling really well. So my logic and ability to make solid decisions is compromised. Okay. So I have that. Then I have another client whose dog, we're on perfectly fine professional terms, whose dog is probably in its last week or two or maybe month of life. We've known it for a while. And while that's very sad and I'm going to miss that dog, that's another financial hit that I'm going to take. That's going to be another $100 a week. So it's almost $1,000 for the month, right? So between those two clients. And so, sure, I've had some leads, I understand we're in a pandemic. Business is slow for a lot of people. Certain people are being completely put out of business. I am lucky, I remind myself I still have people supporting me. But I'm confounded by that worry and that anxiety about money. Where's it going to come from? What am I going to do? How am I going to provide myself? I have a neighbor upstairs who has just been a freaking nightmare for the last year and a half that I've lived here. I've tried showing compassion. I've tried showing understanding. I've tried befriending the mother upstairs, but she has a really problematic child, probably 7 or 8. I don't know if it's autism but it's like they have a bowling alley upstairs. And I'm not just talking about once every now and then. It is constant. I have probably lodged at least 6 to 10 complaints with management about this. It can be so loud during the middle of the night that it wakes up my animals and they run out of the room. I've had pictures on my wall shake. So today, in the midst of me trying to figure out my budget and wonder what's going to happen with this money, it's banging, banging, banging. So I took a crutch that's right here when I used to be on crutches, and I banged at the top, and I was like, shut the fuck up. I couldn't take it anymore. It's like Chinese water torture, just over and over and over and over, just knitting. And then I felt bad about that. And I went downstairs to management, who have been notified about this situation time and time and time again, right? And now and they're like, well, we're going to try to do something. We're going to do this. It's the same. It's all the same song, talk and dance, right? There's a lot of talking. There's very little action that happens. If the lease was being enforced, this couldn't have gone on for as long as it's gone on. So then I'm yelling at him, and that doesn't make me feel very good because I'm yelling, and that's not something I want to do. On the other hand, I'm pissed off because here I am paying full rent, nearly $1,700 a month, including utilities. I can't use any of my amenities right now. Not the game room, not the pool area, not the party room, not the billiards, like the exercise room, nothing, right? No concession in rent given, right? Okay. Then I at least would expect that you could have people clean up their dog shit and have people like not be so rude, right? And on top of that, I'm like, I'm paying all this money for all this shit and things are getting worse and like, right? And so then I go out and I walk my dog, and now I'm feeling, and I have work tonight. I was supposed to work my second job, but now I haven't been feeling well. Like I've had a cough develop over the last few days. And of course now I'm like, well, now of course I have COVID. I have a cough. What else? There's nothing else that can explain having a cough, right? I must have COVID-19. And I have also been a little bit bemused and confused by another client who we've had a pretty good solid relationship for the last 2 years. She's a cop, so for whatever that's worth, very secretive and reticent. But our conversations have been pretty good. Like, I don't generally hear from her all the time on the report cards that I send to her after a visit that I walk her dog, but she, at least when I would say, hey, I'll be here at this time of the day today, she would like it, she'd love it. Like I'd send her a report card, like she might say something cute every now and then. But since a few weeks ago when I wasn't feeling well, it was actually the same symptoms I'm having now, a little bit worse. I have acid reflux, so the burning in the throat, the dry cough, the sore throat, those are all very common among people who suffer from acid reflux. So I don't actually believe I have COVID. Although I did order a free test today. Did you know you could order a free test? Yep. Pixel by LabCorp. Go there. Your insurance company can actually cover it for free. In fact, it's a law. Read more about it. You can do the research on your own, but it's Pixel by LabCorp, Pixel. Get a free. Cost me nothing. It was just like, send it to me. And then if, Cigna decides that I didn't need it, then they'll charge me $100. Fine, whatever. I'll have a COVID test up my sleeve. So anyway, so about 3-4 weeks ago, I called out one day and I gave her plenty of advice. And my policy is that if I call out of a service, which is rare, I think I've done it 1 or 2 times in the entire 2 years I've run my business, I'll give you credit on your money, or I'm happy to refund you. I let them have the option. She said, that's fine. Keep the credit. Okay, fine. I said, I'll keep you posted. So the next day I was supposed to see her dog again. And this time, I texted in the morning. I did not cancel on her. I did not tell her, hey, I'm not going to be not there. I sent my usual text. Hey, I will see her today at 1 p.m. And so the client wrote back, oh, well, I had to take her to my brother's today because I had to leave early. So she's at my brother's. She will not need a walk today. Okay, well, that's a cancellation. And my policy is very clear. So there are no refunds given. Now, could I be more flexible in understanding since I had canceled the day before? Possibly. But then again, I'm a small business, right? And so I was giving her the courtesy of letting her know what my situation was. So in turn, I would have liked her to give me the same courtesy. But that's my policy. I'm a small business. I don't have $100,000 coming my way and I can just, I can just give someone a freebie. I can't do it. So the following week, so she was out $25. She didn't say anything that day. But the following week, I sent my invoice and I said, hey, you have a $25 credit to use this week. Perhaps she was expecting me to say you have a $50 credit, but I didn't. So she paid me what was due. She's paid me since then. But she literally, ever since that time, for the last 3 to 4 weeks, has not liked a report card or said thank you. And today and this week, as I've seen my clients, I've given them all a handwritten Christmas card and just a small little token of my appreciation, just a bag of dog treats. You know, I ordered these cute little Christmas bags and I loaded up with an assortment of different treats and everyone got one. And I texted her on the report card that that I put it on her counter. I told her where it was. I said it was from Santa. And she didn't reply. She didn't say thank you. Nothing. And I know she read the message because she leaves her red receipts on because she doesn't know how to use an iPhone, obviously, unless you're trying to let everyone know that you read your red receipts. And even if she didn't read the entire text, when she got home, she saw the card and the gift right by the kitchen sink, and she didn't say thank you. So what am I feeling? Well, I'm feeling physically compromised and worried about my physical health. I'm feeling financially compromised and worrying about my financial health. I'm feeling like I'm not a good person and people don't like me because I'm losing clients and, or they're not replying to me or thanking me. And that makes me feel like a big time loser. And, those are negative things for me to be calling myself a loser or this or that. They're not helpful. But I'm feeling a lot of anxiety about the situation. So what can I do? Well, here are the things that I'm going to do. One, I am not a loser. Okay, so I have to involve positive self-talk here. I'm not a loser. I have to remind myself I'm like millions of other people in this country and hundreds of millions around the world that are financially struggling right now because of the economy, and remind myself there are people even in far worse financial positions and those that have to provide for kids along the holiday, The goal is money for me to retain clients, so I'm not going to do anything that would endanger that. I'm not going to question this other client. I think it's jerky that she didn't say thank you for a gift, but guess what? That's on her. What's the worst thing that I did to her? Enforce my policy, right? And ask her just to be as courteous and upfront as I have been with her over the years. All right, well, that's yours. You can always go to WAG or something else, sweetie. I give pretty darn quality service. I'm not just tooting my own horn. You could check that out on Google. So I'm feeling bad about my health. I've ordered the COVID test. And I decided to take, even though I'm sure it's not COVID, why not have it anyway? And I'm taking the evening off to just tend to me. So in my area, we're supposed to have a bit of a snowstorm tomorrow. Who knows if it'll hit us? I'm kind of actually hoping that it does, even that it will mean I'm not going to work a second day in a row for my second job, rather. I always work my first-time job. So I took off work today, take some time off. I'm hoping that I have a snow day because, gotta have another day off, right? I'll figure the money out somewhere else. What's becoming important right now is my physical and emotional well-being are dysregulated. They're not great right now. And so the best thing for me to do, the healthy thing for me to do right now is to take care of myself. Get rest, listen to your body, reduce your workload. Don't engage in difficult conversations. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't fortune tell. Don't yell any further because that's only going to make you feel worse. I am getting off of the roller coaster. I am handing in my worry wheel ticket, and I'm exiting the sidecar, okay? And I'm telling myself that I still feel good about who I am, that things do happen, that life is gray. My money situation has always worked out, and if people don't like me for one reason or the other, that's okay, right? There are plenty of vendors that I've been to that I've continued to use but have been, mad at or not happy with, right? That's okay. What did I do? I enforced my business policy. What if I hadn't enforced my business policy? Maybe she would be talking to me and being more animated and saying thank you for the gift that I gave her, even though I don't even have the money to give that gift right now. Maybe she would be on better terms with me, but how would I feel about myself? Shame, resentful. I might subconsciously, passive-aggressively take that out on her. Not much good could come from that. So This is how my shame and anxiety plays into itself through the course of the day, and the things that I say to myself and the tools that I use to bring myself out of it. For the rest of the night, I'm going to upload this video. I'm going to go to the store because if we do have a snowstorm tomorrow, I do need to get some supplies. Picking up something from my Amazon locker. I'm going to go take a nice Epsom bath. I'm going to take my dog on a walk, and boom, I'm going to watch some TV. That's it. It's self-care. I'm not a loser. Neither are you. I'm not a bad person. Neither are you. I make improvements. So do you. I deserve time off. So do you. I'm having a financial hard time. So are a lot of people. My name's Jen. You've been watching BPD Woman. Please leave your comments, stories, suggestions, words of wisdom below. I'd love to hear about what your shame and anxiety cycle looks like, how you get yourself off the worry wheel. And until I talk to you next time, and everything that you do, please be effective. Bye-bye.